But I feel like throughout the majority of our relationship, he kind of dangled that in my face, like dangled that above me, and I just kept jumping for that. Like 3 years.
Why you laughing?
Bro, she literally like put her hand
No, for I did. Like,
Get to the money and slide, get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside, free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die, yeah. Get to the money and slide, free all the bros inside, play with the bros, you die, yeah. If you want smoke, come get it. You on my chain, come get it. Taking the money, run with it. New to this shit, I done did it. Get to the money and slide, get to the money and slide. Free all the bros inside, free all the bros inside. Play with the bros, you die, yeah.
Top of the morning. All right, man. Hey, man. Say, man. It's the Guy 15 podcast coming back, man. Volume 4. Part Who Knows, man. It's the Guy 15 crew checking in with a special guest to my left. Go ahead and shout yourself out.
it's Lia, y'all. Lia the Creator on Instagram.
So y'all go check her out. Show her some love, man. And, bro, you know what I was thinking about, bro, the other day, man?
What you had on your mind, man?
I just be thinking sometimes. I'm a little overthinker, bro. It's like
shit.
I wonder, like, if my parents would have stayed married, how differently that would have affected, like, my outlook on, like, relationships and love, Like, because, like, I feel like I don't have a bad outlook now. Like, even with that, I still don't have, like, any fear with, like, marriage or any necessarily fear with, relationships and, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I wonder if it would be, like, even stronger if I had that full two-parent or if, what I'm saying, like, maybe it'd be weaker because they not supposed to be together, and now I'm only seeing toxicity shit. What y'all think, man?
There is a difference in that.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we
feel like it has to
have a
affect
split room
you.
here.
Yeah, I feel like it has to affect you because it's a different way of seeing love. Like you've seen love kind of break up, especially marriage. Like that's a thing that's not supposed to break up, and you don't even know how it could have affected you as a kid.
No, that's why I posed the question. Because we have.
You think you would have seen relationships more purely? You think it would have moved differently?
Purely in which way?
Like just strictly purely, like you see
what love is supposed to look like.
Yeah, but like if it's not that, then it would. I don't know. Would it not resonate in your mind?
Like you mentioned, the biggest variable is did he watch them stay together happily or stay together not happy?
Right. That's my whole thing. Because there are plenty of unhappy couples that I see, like especially like working in sales, bro. When I'm presenting to a couple and this nigga is just a dickhead or she's just a bitch, and like you're like, damn, bro, I could not imagine like being in a home with these two humans, like, like you know what I'm saying, like just me at this table, I'm uncomfortable, and I don't live with, I don't even know these people, bro. So I couldn't imagine actually feeling and growing up inside of this energy every single day, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think it would automatically be like some kind of purity or idealistic, view of love. Like you said, that is the biggest variable. What y'all think coming from two-parent households, bro? Like y'all have still had that, kind of growing up.
It gives me that belief that shit, real love is possible still. You know what I'm saying? Despite like what's going on the internet, like there's a difference between that and what actually works in real life.
Right.
Like I think I was actually talking to my dad about this other day. Like shit is just so much different from like back then and how it is now. Like back then, first houses were way cheaper. Sorry, houses were way cheaper. So
niggas could provide easily,
bro. Facts. But I mean, I feel like love was just two people trying to figure life out together.
Right.
Like now, everybody trying to be individuals and not as a team. When they get with a partner and shit like that, they got all these fake social media expectations and shit like that. Like it's just different. But growing up in a two-parent household, like I've seen strategies that I know will work long term. Like, you gotta go on vacations, you gotta have trips. But I've also seen shit. It was not happy all those times. Like, I've seen, I'm sleeping somewhere else.
Yeah.
But I've also seen shit. Now we out the country. My parents travel all the time now that they're retired.
They're old now,
That shit, it's actually kind of inspiring.
Moving nice now.
Yeah.
Never at the crib. Never at the crib. Never at the crib. Always never home, bro.
Call them. Hey, I'm in Thailand. You got to talk quick. It's $1 for the call.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
what?
Shit.
Okay.
I'm just trying to see what you're doing.
What about you? How do you feel like your childhood has affected your like outlook on love and relationships nowadays?
For me personally, it's really complicated because I didn't grow up with a two-parent household like with my original father and my mom. Like they were divorced when I was like really, really young. Like I'd say I wasn't even really walking yet before they kind of started separating. Like they didn't officially legally divorce till God knows when, but like they were separated, and I feel like one of the most lasting like memories from childhood, like shit that actually stuck with me, was like hearing my parents fight. And when they would fight, like I'm Caribbean, so like when they will fight,
it's
like,
a fight.
It's a fight.
Yeah. And
it gets like really, 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 really bad, like really bad. And I'm just kind of used. I was just like, it made me feel very like small, and it made me feel unseen, and it made me feel like super insignificant. When my parents will be fighting, because it's just like I wouldn't know what to do.
Right.
Because I can't be up in there like, Mommy, Daddy, don't fight. Like, it's not a movie. Like, they're going to be mad. They're going to be like, yo, don't be in grown folks' business. That shit is not real, especially when y'all already fucking mad. Like, my cuteness is not going to solve that. It's not going to be cute. It's going to be like, bitch. So, like, just watching that, it's just, yeah. And then, like, eventually it got better, like, as I got older. Like it still had its like ups and downs, but like my dad like almost immediately like was with, like had a little something, but she wasn't always a little something. She's not now. I mean, obviously she's his wife, but like I always kind of had like another, like a stepmom, like since I was really, really young. Like she was his girlfriend for a minute before they actually got married, but she was there for a long time. But what I would say is that not only did my own parents, like their relationship kind of like skew my vision or what my expectations of a relationship is, like it's also like I love my daddy. Me and my dad, like we like this. But
but
I did kind of have like, I hate to say this, bro. Like,
you have some daddy issues?
Slight daddy issues. I'm not gonna lie. He did his best. I will say that, like, as an adult and like as a kid, I always like kind of, how do you say this? Like, been like really understanding of my father, because he, in comparison to what I've actually seen how other fathers are, like how, people genuinely don't have any type of relationship with their father. I be like, okay, like at least I have that. But it was very like scarce, like that I would get to see him, because he was a truck driver. Like he wanted to get, I feel like one of the main reasons why he became a truck driver is so he can get the fuck away.
Yeah, get out the house.
Yeah, get out the house. So
some peace and quiet, get in the goddamn road.
Yeah, so but that made him very, I would say, kind of like a guest star appearance.
Right, a little distant.
Yeah, a little distant. Like we'd talk on the phone, like, but it was different because there was a lot of like, like big things that happened in my life, like large occurrences in my life that made me wish, like, damn, like I wish he was here.
And so does that make you fearful of like getting married or being with men?
It makes me complacent.
In what way?
So, a lot of times when I feel like I'm disappointed by my dad, father figure, male figure, it'd be like, well, it's okay. Like, I'm okay with being disappointed.
Okay, you justify their actions a lot more because you're used to that disappointment from the men in your life.
You just clocked me, like.
Niggas have been listening type shit.
No, I mean that's but like that that makes sense.
Tough,
like I can because I mean that's your body trying to protect itself.
Yeah.
Like because like, if you're feeling how hurt you are all the time, you're not gonna be able to survive. So if you adjust your expectations, even though your body
it's telling me like
knows
I don't want this,
it's not what you should be doing, your brain gonna figure out a way to survive.
Yeah.
That's why you're complacent, because they fighting and stuff like,
Yeah.
That was a good,
good
little breakdown.
So how do you feel like you now, like, since you're self-aware of that, how do you feel like you kind of like overcome that or compensate to go against that?
I mean, it's still a work in progress, you know, like coming from somebody who's never actually been in a relationship, for real, like a committed relationship, like I've been in something that was like it, and I'm not gonna lie, it kind of reminded me of my mom and my dad's relationship.
What do you mean by something like it?
Something like a
what is something like a committed relationship? What is that?
Man, it's a committed relationship adjacent, like
a situationship,
a one-sided relationship.
Yeah, like and it was so crazy because like I knew I was technically single, but like large amount of times like we act like we did it and we wasn't, and you know, especially like during the last couple of like months, maybe close to a year of our relationship, you know what I mean? Like it was, cause like it was super on and off, but there were like really deep, like personal, complicated, complex, like feelings involved, like that we knew that was there. And I feel like with this person, I feel like he waited a little bit until the last minute when my heart was tired to actually like kind of admit those, you know, for real, like admit those feelings, be like ready to like settle down type, like, oh, I want you to be my girlfriend. But I feel like throughout the majority of our relationship, he kind of dangled that in my face, like dangled that above me, and I just kept jumping for that. You know, like 3 years.
Why are you laughing? Bro, she literally like put her head
No, for I did. Like, yo, I can, because like when I envision like metaphors, I envision that shit literally, because like I can see like the relationship with little me and I'm the dog, and I'm just like 3 years of that. 3 years of that.
3 years. That's a good extent.
3 years is crazy.
That's unfortunate.
But you know when they say like, now I don't want to say like he was my worst boyfriend, but it was so emotionally fucked.
Y'all was arguing?
Man.
Y'all was fighting?
Because we fight and then make up. Like we fight and then we block each other or whatever for like maybe a week max.
Would you say that you're also toxic? Yeah. I'm getting a hint of that.
I mean, I feel like before I met him, no.
It's because you ain't had nobody to be toxic with. You had no experience.
Like, you know, I had like things, but like it wasn't like him. You know what I mean? And like before, I've always been a lover girl, because like, you know, when you see your parents and when you see romantic movies, and then you're like, and then you grow up, you know, like growing up, I read a lot, so I'd read a lot of romance shit, and I'd be like, if only. And then I have that vision in my brain of what I like fantasize about, what I want and what I strive for, and what I know that I genuinely truly deserve. But then like that coping mechanism shit, you know, like being very understanding and complacent when it comes to like, you know, how I get treated or in relationships in general, like not even just like romantic, but the platonic ones as well. I found myself kind of just, that was a little weird, but she probably didn't mean that.
Yeah.
Type of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of my friendships. So where was I going with this? Okay, yeah. So the toxicness, like I didn't become toxic until I was with him. I feel like he did bring the best out of me for most cases. I had my reasons of loving him, but he also brought the worst out of me. Like sides of me that I
guess for me, like, how do you fall in love with somebody when you're not in a committed relationship, though? I think that's the hard part for me. It's like,
it's like you want them to fit that picture so bad,
right? And I get the narrative of like he's not saying it, but his actions are showing differently. Because I've had to have conversations with, you know, some of my guys and stuff like that about about that kind of behavior, because like at the end of the day, you're gonna find yourself in these situations where it gets sticky, and then you may be saying, "Yo, look, bro, I told her ass, bro. we ain't together. I told that little shawty, you know what I'm saying?
That sounds about accurate. Yeah.
I told her ass. Yeah. I don't give a fuck if we fuck raw and she come over every night and we go on dates and all that.
That's just his friend.
What if this is announced at the beginning that
I hear you.
Okay, so but you know what's crazy? It's funny that you say that is because I've experienced something like that, but did not catch feelings at all.
Mm-hmm.
So you were on the other side of it.
But no, like I feel like we, it's mutual.
Yeah.
Like we both know, because he said that from jump.
Yeah.
So, this was post situationship. So after being in that, I automatically kind of wired my brain, don't catch feelings for this nigga. And then like, there's certain things that I do in my brain that kind of stops me, like permanently stops me from doing that.
Things like what?
Things of him that is not like Billy T. Like,
it's triggers.
Yeah, it'll be like things that will kind of like, I'm sorry to say this, but give me the ick.
So like you would like replay that kind of stuff in your head.
Yeah, that, or like, and then like, especially if it's kind of new and y'all like kind of like, just kind of getting to, y'all know each other, but y'all kind of getting to know each other. And then, like, okay, they're attractive and like they're cool. Like I can hang out with them as a friend, but like I don't see them as my boyfriend type. You know what I mean?
But y'all fucking though.
Yeah.
See, like that's the hard part.
It's
like,
the cycle.
Yeah, like
hurt people.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know how.
But he already said from jump, like, I don't want a relationship. So am I really? Is it hurting anybody?
I mean, I just feel like if y'all both agree, hey man, have a great time. You know what I'm saying?
That can happen too. I feel like if everybody's on the same side, then shit.
But my thing is, the problem is, like, we're not stupid. Like it is the problem comes down to is when you know for a fact she fucked with you. You know for a fact.
Yeah.
And my thing, I'm just like I don't know. I think I've gotten soft, bro. Like as I gotten older, bro. Just like, as far as like,
please keep getting softer.
Being mindful of people's emotions. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like high school might just didn't really give a fuck about your emotions. I'm here for what I'm looking for. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
We're out of there.
Right, and when we're out of there, I mean, if you don't want to give it to me, it's fine. We can, whatever. Like we can move on. Like we'll just go to the next.
What do you think that came from the childhood, where it's like you got to show hard body?
In what way?
As in, you seen a breakup and you're like, oh damn, you guys, you gotta act like you don't care about it.
Are you like that?
No.
I mean, he said
like I said, yeah, like.
But I mean, I feel like men in general, like in the most common sense that I have seen, like they're not really like very apparent with their emotions, especially like if they sad, like they gonna do shit that's gonna make it seem like they don't give a fuck, even though they do give a fuck, but they're not gonna want to show that for real.
Yeah. I mean, I think that does come from childhood and shit like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it necessarily came from that necessarily, because like, even then, like my pops was like, when they were together, like, he's a gentleman guy, like he's gonna show all that, like all the loving qualities that I have now, I feel like did come from, seeing that, growing up, and like even like once he got remarried, like he's a simp for who he's with at the time, unless he's fucking up, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But like, so I kind of got that sense from him, so I don't think it was that, but it was just I don't know. I said I never even considered it. I just never considered
the other person's
feelings.
I mean, I feel like that comes down to just maturing.
Yeah, like not at that level. Like,
yeah,
I'm like, yo, bro, nah, niggas don't. Cause I guess it was really because like a niggas didn't consider my shit when y'all niggas said no. You know what I'm saying? I feel like maybe it was like a rejection thing. Like after you be rejected, you like, okay, like growing up, you getting rejected, right? So then once you maybe cross that threshold to where you're not getting rejected anymore, and now you have the opportunity. You have the power now.
Okay.
So I think that maybe had to play the factor.
Hungry.
So then, but then once I realized, damn, like I felt like a dictator. I felt too powerful.
Yeah, the people didn't love you.
No, yeah, like or it was more like I felt that I was like, okay, damn, bro, I could really manipulate this situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up.
Bro, why does he sound like he's like Thanos with the hose? Just collected.
I'm not saying that. I'm saying,
and the way that you're putting it like that,
like he was just
like,
collecting.
whoa.
I'm telling you. No, I'm not even
He
saying
didn't want to fuck them all over. Like,
no, it don't have to be like a whole bunch of like. It could be one human. Like as far as like when you're interacting with somebody, right? Like,
okay,
I'm trying to figure out how to say this, bro, because I feel like I said, men be aware of what their partner's emotional state is, right? And like I'm decent with my words, so I can continue to take you down this path or take you down this path. Like I can lead this conversation where I want to go, or I can be honest.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
You didn't want to be honest.
I didn't want to be honest.
Question. So say if you was put in a position, right? You know, you casually, messing with a girl or whatever.
Right.
And you never disclosed what you wanted.
Right.
You were just glowing.
Oh, yeah.
So if she come to you, and mind you know that you probably don't want a relationship for real, right? So if she come to you and she asks you, so, what is this? Like the
classic
question. But I mean, it's a valid question, like where are we taking this? So
it is what we said.
So you telling, right? You telling her straight up. You not gonna beat around the bush?
Nah, for what?
Okay.
That's you now though.
No. Me now is like I'm typically not gonna like.
You're not gonna engage,
like really be engaging with you, like on some shit like that. Like I wouldn't have done that. But if it was like, for example,
just such a good guy, bro.
Nah, I'm saying I've evolved, bro. Well, granted, like I didn't have much time like outside of relationships, right? So granted, like up until I got like my first relationship, that's what changed. Is like, okay, damn. You can see the thought process and how your actions directly affect somebody else every single day. Like, yeah, you being mean to this girl, like you feel okay, yeah, you seen it in the moment that 30 minutes and you kind of go home. Like your day is over. Versus when you're in a relationship with somebody,
you said be mean, like, but not
like let's say like for example how y'all were, she want to be in a relationship with you and you're like, yeah, nah, I'm not doing that. So now she's hurt. You know what I'm saying? But shit, if we're not really together, I only have to give a fuck while you're in front of me. And then it's over.
I'm getting on the game.
You know what I'm saying? Versus you're in a relationship, like you're seeing her emotions longer. Yeah. So you build, a care for that. Like damn, I don't want to see you like that.
Yeah.
Right. So then once you have developed that, you can go, okay, damn, I can use this in other parts. Because I feel like I used to be a dickhead in general, bro. Just like I just getting fucked by nobody's emotions in life. Like I just didn't care.
Yeah.
But I feel like going through relationship kind of just like made me a more chill person, bro. More well-rounded person.
Well-rounded person.
Absolutely.
Understanding.
Much more understanding, bro. More empathetic.
Yeah, so would you say you're a person who learns himself through relationships?
Yeah, I mean, I can definitely learn myself through a relationship for sure.
Better than like if you're single, like if you're just working on yourself singly.
Yeah, I don't know what that working on yourself shit really means. Because
you're the same way.
I mean, I do, but like
because it's like I feel like when people think work on themselves, a lot of the times it's just them creating worlds where they don't have to improve, right? So like if a certain scenario may, trigger you or whatever, right? And your way of working on yourself is to just maybe not have those scenarios. Like if okay, damn, whenever I'm with a girl and she start crying, I don't like that shit.
Yeah, because
so then you just don't. Anytime that happens, you back off from it. I don't think that's working on yourself versus being in those situations and getting better at actually navigating it. You see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, so that's why I think it's hard to like work on yourself alone because you're not testing it.
Yeah.
Like how can you know if you've worked on it?
And I just feel like, a lot of times it might feel like it's the right thing to like completely heal or work on yourself and stuff like that, all by yourself because you need that time. But I just feel like you can do all of that when you're with somebody, especially when you're with somebody that actually genuinely cares about
right
you, the right person. Yeah. It's like, y'all ever seen that movie, Coffee and... It's that romantic. It's that black film where they ran away.
How'd I Get Married?
Tyler Perry?
No, Negro. Like
I was gonna say
no, it's one of
you said they were black.
Yeah.
No.
Black
They accidentally killed the cop, and then they had to like.
How'd I Get Married too?
All right, some women,
Slim and
Coffee
and Slim.
Some shit like Queen
and Slim. Queen and Slim.
Yeah. With the coffee.
Yeah, the coffee.
I don't know. I think I was thinking about that movie with Taraji, but like, no, like in that movie, you know, I remember her monologue, and the part that stuck out to me was like, you know, I want somebody to see my scars, but not try to heal them, but to love them.
I fuck with that. That's a bar.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah,
I've never heard that. I think I seen a movie.
Could you say that one more time?
You can put on the spot like that.
No, like she said, I quote, you know, I want somebody to be able to see my scars and not try to heal them, but to love them, you know, as they are.
Loving you for who you are, all your flawed self.
You know, like obviously some like, what's that word? Self-inflicting like shit that you might actually need to like work on.
At some point they gotta heal though.
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing of the working on yourself is just becoming, like you said, self-aware.
Yeah.
Like realizing what your pitfalls are.
Yeah.
Like where you may have went wrong in the past, and actually trying to decide how you're going to better yourself to improve how you act in those situations, not just avoiding those situations altogether.
Yeah.
Now, some of it is creating boundaries where okay, look, bro, I'm not healed enough to deal with these kind of situations. So therefore, there needs to be a hard boundary at this point. But if you just run around your whole life avoiding shit because you can't control yourself, you're not working on shit
at all.
You're not working on nothing, bro. So I just feel like, bro, everybody should just take a look, take a self inventory, man. You know what I'm saying? Look at yourself, bro. Become self aware of what you got going on. Talk to your partner, man. Communicate. Talk to your folks too, bro. I feel like you should talk to your folks about their relationships more. And I'm gonna do that too. I talk to my mom a lot. I'm gonna try to talk to my pop, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just about like what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You think
Real
you'll
shit.
get on the pod?
Yeah, cause
that'd be a great question. That'd be a good episode.
That'd be a great episode.
That'd be a good episode. I don't know, might tear up, bro. Might get too vulnerable, bro.
Okay, clips go crazy.
Clips will go crazy. He has a decent following on TikTok too.
Oh, for real?
Yeah,
He's still doing the fishing.
He be on Dad Talk?
Yeah, break up about 300K.
Shit.
Almost 400K.
Get him on the pod.
Yeah.
I didn't know he was still doing that.
Yeah. They be doing shit pretty heavy.
Nigga from charge us to come on.
Oh God, type shit. Like, he definitely be charging brands and shit. Okay. But yeah, bro, like, just talk to y'all folks so y'all can see like where y'all childhood trauma come from, bro. You know what I'm saying? So y'all can heal, and the black community can heal, bro. Please. You know what I'm saying? Throw some jokes in there too. Could be like, and with that being said, man, it's been a Got 15 podcast, and we out there. We're not qualified for these conversations.
We're therapists. You're a therapist.
Gotta let niggas know.
You want to be a therapist?
I mean,
I thought about it.
Once you get like older.
I literally thought about going to get a psychology degree just for the pod type shit. Like just to
more like
have the credibility. You know what I'm saying? So like when niggas saying, "Oh, they don't know shit."
Get to the money and slide. Get to the money and slide.
Appreciate y'all popping out to the podcast, man. Make sure y'all leave a like. Go ahead and comment something. And hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so you don't miss any of our videos, bro.
And make sure you subscribe to our Patreon for exclusive behind-the-scenes videos posted weekly. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TikTok, and I already know we're on YouTube, man. Go check us out everywhere.
For sure.